Chapter 5. Not So Fast. The queue moves rapidly past a female customs officer. The old couple in front of me are waved through, but I'm stopped. I present my passport and lift my cases, ready to be searched. Purpose of visit. I've come to see my daughter, I blurt out, and then wonder why I've said it. She live here? You planning to live here? This could still go all wrong. I'm joining a cruise ship. She's a dancer there. I'm being precise, trying not to engage further interest. Nice, father. You have nice day with your daughter. She waves me through. What an ordeal. Feeling free, I check my watch to assess the time lost from my plane to get to the rainforest. You can release the soldier from the service, but not the military precision from the man. I accelerate out of the terminal, into a wall of heat, and see a man holding up a sign with 3 names on it. Mine, Kieron Phillips, is at the top, plus Ron Cohen and George Harding. Damn, I must wait for 2 others. I'm Phillips. Captain Phillips! He laughs in a way that shows he's been saving this joke for ages, but it goes over my head. Tom Hanks! He adds, as if I should now applaud. You, Tom Hanks, Captain Phillips! I have no idea what he's on about. I scan the area where there are few taxi drivers left hustling for trade. My mystery military wingwoman from the plane strides in from the flank. She taps her name on the card. That's me, Miss Ronnie Cohen. She smiles and turns to me. Ron is a woman. So you're not a gay dad, and there's no wife or partner. Nice swerve. I thought she had you. You either lip read or you have very sharp ears. Had she not been arrested, I could have enlightened her with the rest of my boring story, but I guess she wasn't interested in me. I adopted. My daughter, Alalie, is a dancer on the cruise ship. You missed that bit. I told that to the customs officer. If they get together later, they'll have the full story. I offer my hand and we shake. Ronnie, Navy, marine biologist, she offers, knowing I'll return similar information. Kieron Phillips, Royal Tank Regiment. Cavalry, she grins. It's not really a question. She's showing she knows my regiment. Historically, tanks descend from the horsebank cavalry regiments, and she'll have assessed that I'm too tall to have ever been inside a tank. She probably thinks I'm from the household cavalry. I match her grin, and we both turn back and look towards the terminal, waiting for the last person. I'm thinking Ronnie's no biologist, and I'm hoping she's not thinking I'm just a ceremonial guard. Do you get the feeling, I start, that she's not going to make it? Ronnie picks up. Our girl will. Your Latin lover? No. What does she mean by our girl? Chapter 6. Medical Issue. The taxi drivers have all drifted away from the front of the airport, indicating that all the passengers are through and the day's industry has finished. I sense our driver's impatience. Do you normally do the commentary through the Panama Canal? I ask Ronnie. No, why? Sounds like your field, Navy, and I'm hoping that I don't have to do it. I'm the eco officer on board. I deal with compliance at sea. I do rules and regulations. I don't do shows, she says, smiling. Me neither. I was due to do the Memorial Day service last week, but someone seems to think I might have a few interesting stories, I say, staring at the airport, which is now like a ghost town. Best ones are always the ones you can't talk about. Or don't want to, I add. Why do it if you don't want to? You must be on a handsome pension. They stripped me of that. This could be a new career. You'll do fine. The canal was built by an army of men with big trucks. You've got that down. The rest is on the internet, Tank Commander. We go, our driver suggests, turning impatiently. We both stand firm. It must be a military thing, not wishing to leave a man behind, when if just given a few minutes more, they might make it. Ship doesn't sail for hours, Ronnie says. The driver relents with a grunt and stands dwarfed between us. A small local man carrying a pegboard of local lottery tickets approaches. I've no idea why he thinks a tourist would buy a ticket he can't collect on. He looks like he needs the money, and I hand him $5. But as much as I would like to win a fortune, I don't take a ticket. I'm about to get on a cruise ship and get paid for it. I've never been lucky with money, but my life's not that bad. Our driver shoos the old man away, and we focus on a woman rushing from the building. She pulls a case on wheels and has a large bag trapped under her other arm, like a rugby ball. She powers beyond us, not wanting to stop. "That's me," she says, nodding at the driver's sign. "Thanks for waiting. Let's keep it moving. The shortest distance between toilets, please." Walking fast, she turns to me. "Kieron, right?" I nod. "You don't look 6'3", though I'll give you the dark, slim, handsome, and charismatic bit in your biography." My agent must have written that. "In the agent box, it said direct, so I'm guessing you wrote it," she replies, striding even faster. I watch her strange, long double bag on wheels in an ill-fitting cover wobble behind her, held only by her squeezing the two handles together. What can be the hurry after being so late? She pushes her carried bag into the arms of the taxi driver. A diva on a mission. She must be an entertainer. "Thanks for waiting, Ronnie." "Always welcome, Georgie." Of course, these two know each other. They're fellow crew. The driver lifts the tailgate and dips down for her bag, but she gets there first. The ill-fitting cover is hiding a hard red case on top of a cheaper one. A red case like the one I'd lifted from the overhead locker for the Latina woman, who was arrested. The cover is a disguise. I don't double-take, show surprise, or even skip a breath. Neither does Ronnie, though she may not have noticed if she's a marine biologist. Georgie turns for my case. She's in a hurry, and the driver is confused. I'm not well. Uncontrollable bowels. Bowels? The shits. For the sake of your vehicle, I suggest the fastest route. I'm curious as to whether dread, fear, and panic are the causes of her medical issue. Chapter 7. Uniforms. "Did you bring your uniform?" I'm asked by Georgie. Clutching her hand luggage tight to her chest, she leans forward to the driver powering through the traffic and shakes his shoulder. "You'll never be a racing driver." I did. "Did what?" she asks. "Bring my uniform." "You'll do fine then, even though I bet you know nothing about the canal, right?" She laughs. "I didn't say that," I correct her, "but it does seem ridiculous that I'll be posturing as an expert to a few thousand guests after having done a little homework on the web." "We never sent the British Army to Panama," she mocks. "No, but Britain was part of the plan in 1843, though it never carried it through. Had it been, you'd have been on it," she cuts in, with enough punch and intrigue to have a drummer rap out a two-hit sting. I need to learn from her. "No, but it might have been called the Atlantic and Pacific Canal. They may have even tried to fit British in the title." "Just testing. I don't need to hear the whole act," she says. "None of the Panama lecturers were ever at the build. They all studied it. Don't worry." "But I am an expert on tracked vehicles, big diggers, building bridges, people, movement, and operations. Maybe I'll be different." "I can see you're different," she smiles. In the back seat, it's easy for me to look behind. The bag, hidden under Georgie's cover, looks like the Latina's missing fourth bag. If heavy, this one's full of money too, and someone may well have died for it. So what's Georgie up to? Ronnie notices me eyeing the luggage. She's far too streetwise for a biologist. She's not just worked in the field, she's worked in someone else's field. I suspect, like me, she's done duties she will never speak of, so that'll be a conversation we won't have. Is she wondering if Georgie is smuggling money or drugs? Or is she in on it? That could be a serious haul of cocaine, the size of which sees you locked up for life anywhere. Are cruise ships part of the drug route around the world? I'm now assessing my awkward position very differently. I'm your manager and your daughter's boss, Georgie says. Does she know I've noticed the bag? I have 2 uniforms. I'll look the part. I hold her guilty gaze. Save them for your stage lecture. They won't see you do the Panama commentary. They'll be looking at the canal. You'll be on a microphone on the bridge, and I suggest you don't try and out-uniform the captain. Well, I am Captain Phillips, I say, repeating what was supposed to be a joke. That's not funny, she says. And I agree. No idea why. We approach the port gates with armed guards. More customs, I ask Ronnie, thinking of the routine. Off the plane, into the country, out of the country, onto the ship. Ronnie looks from the security to Georgie, who appears fearful. The guards stop our minibus. One is at the front. Another, with a mirror on a pole, looks underneath. A third guard opens the back door, looks at our cases, then straight at me. He takes a probe with a cloth on the end and rubs the cases. One, then the other. The swab goes into a detector, which is triggered, and we wait for the lights to settle. It looks like I won't be going to the rainforest.